Timbalan Ketua Pengarah, Timbalan Ketua Pengarah Governan JPPKK Technologies Haji Mohamad Amin bin Hamad to take over the floor. Over to you, Technologist Haji Mohamad. Encik Amin, you're on mute.
Terima kasih Naufal. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. And salam sejahtera and morning to everybody. Yang berbahagia Datuk Nora Abdul Manaf, Maybank Group Chief Human Capital Officer. Yang berbahagia Yang Berusaha Puan Marlin binti Ahmad Nordin, Head Group Recruitment Center Maybank. Yang berbahagia Puan Hazlinda Abdul Hamid, Head SME Banking Komuniti Financial Service Malaysia, and Mr. Neo Chuan Kit, Head Digital Financing Strategy Digital, and Yang Berusaha Puan Yusma binti Yusuf, Pengarah Bahagian Kolaborasi Industri dan Komuniti, Jabatan Pendidikan Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti. Yang Berusaha Pengarah-pengarah bahagian, Pengarah Politeknik, Pengarah Kolej Komuniti, tim Maybank, pegawai kanan JPPKK, Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti, pensyarah-pensyarah, dan juga tidak lupa kepada semua pelajar-pelajar yang dapat menyertai kita pada pagi ini dan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dirahmati sekalian. Alhamdulillah, kita panjatkan kesyukuran kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala di atas kelapangan yang telah diberikan kepada kita. Pujian dan rasa syukur dilapaskan kehadrat Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala yang telah melimpahkan taufik dan kurnianya. Alhamdulillah, kita semua pada pagi ini diberi kesempatan untuk bersiaran secara maya pada hari ini bersama-sama dengan barisan kepimpinan Maybank dan Maybank team bagi menyaksikan program Maybank Industry Insight with Academia. Setinggi-tinggi penghargaan dan terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada pihak Maybank dan seluruh timnya di atas penganjuran program ini, walaupun kita berada dalam keadaan pandemik pada ketika ini, namun segala usaha dan dalam merancana dan mengatur program pada hari ini sehingga ianya dapat berjalan dengan lancar dan insyaAllah akan memberi manfaat kepada ribuan yang dapat menyertai kita pada kali ini. Para hadirin yang dirahmati sekalian, penganjuran Maybank Industry Insight with Academia pada pagi ini adalah bertepatan dengan aspirasi Kementerian Pengajian Tinggi, khususnya pada tahun ini, di mana dalam fokus strategik kedua iaitu memantapkan jalinan kolaborasi strategik. Dengan adanya program seperti ini, warga Politeknik dan juga Kolej Komuniti sudah pasti dapat memahami situasi dan juga hala tuju global dan juga negara dan Maybank khususnya, terutama dalam bidang perbankan, keuangan dan juga digital. As mentioned by Puan Merlin just now, kita tahu bahawa Maybank sebenarnya telah banyak menyumbang kepada penghasilan kurikulum yang menjadi menepati keperluan industri, khususnya dalam bidang keuangan dan perbankan. Jadi selain daripada itu, sebenarnya pihak Maybank sentiasa bersedia memberi sumbangan dan sokongan padu dengan melibatkan pakar-pakar teknikal daripada Maybank dalam inisiatif lain seperti pembayaran tunai, scan and pay, pakar rujuk dalam simulasi bagi program perbankan dan keuangan di Politeknik Huma secara khususnya, dan keusahawanan melalui sama-sama lokal. Kini Maybank turut menawarkan program Protege bagi pelajar yang layak dan tamat pelatihan industri dengan Maybank. Dedikasi pihak grup Human Capital Maybank melahirkan graduan TVET berkualiti sangat-sangat kami hargai. Saya juga difahamkan bahawa Maybank telah mengambil seramai 50 orang pelajar menjalani latihan industri berstruktur bagi setiap semester, bermula sesi Disember 2018, iaitu di mana pada kohort pertama, dan sehingga kini iaitu Disember 2020 telah pun melewati 5 kohort di mana sejumlah 250 orang pelajar telah pun berjaya menjalani latihan industri berstruktur yang dirancangkan bersama Maybank dan juga JPPKK. Kita merasakan bahawa pelajar ini amat bertuah kerana terpilih dan berpeluang menimba ilmu dan juga kemahiran dalam alam pekerjaan sebenar di Maybank. Saya percaya mereka dapat menimba pelbagai ilmu sepanjang pengalaman dan kemahiran yang disusun oleh Maybank dengan pelbagai kaedah. Dan sepanjang mereka menjalani latihan industri tersebut, sudah pasti mereka akan didedah dalam pelbagai aspek perbankan dan juga perkara yang berkaitan dengannya. Saya juga difahamkan daripada jumlah tersebut di mana seramai 38 orang graduan telah ditawarkan bekerja dengan pihak Maybank. Jadi dengan ini secara langsungnya kita telah lihat bahawa program ini telah menyumbang kepada peningkatan kebolehpaksaan graduan Politeknik. Sekali lagi terima kasih kepada Maybank di atas kerjasama dan juga usaha yang telah dilaksanakan. Sebenarnya kita sedia maklum yang berbahagia Datuk Nora, Abdul Manaf, Maybank Group Chief Human Capital Officer.
Ya, betul. Saya masih
tidak asing lagi bagi JPPKK, dan beliau juga adalah merupakan salah seorang ahli majlis penasihat industri JPPKK sejak tahun 2019. Jadi di mana melalui majlis penasihat industri JPPKK juga, Datuk Nora sudah semestilah memberi banyak input-input dan juga maklum balas mengenai hala tuju JPPKK, terutamanya berkaitan dengan kolaborasi antara industri dan juga akademia. Jadi perkara ini sebenarnya secara langsung telah menyokong strategik yang kelima dalam plan strategik Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti, iaitu untuk memperkukuhkan jalinan industri dan jalinan industri dan juga
dia macam ni sebab saya memang tak ada.
Jadi adalah menjadi harapan selepas program Maybank Industri
saya memang tak ada, tapi
dapat dikembangkan lagi dengan inisiatif lain yang telah dirancang, khususnya program sakutan industri pensyarah, di mana pensyarah Politeknik dan juga Kolej Komuniti berpeluang untuk menjalani program sakutan industri pensyarah di cawangan-cawangan Maybank yang terpilih bagi mendapat pengalaman secara terus tentang pengoperasian dan juga perkara yang berkaitan dengan pembentukan kurikulum di peringkat Politeknik. Bicara Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti, saya percaya sekiranya diberi peluang ini dapat mempelajari kemahiran juga ilmu pengetahuan industri yang sebenarnya secara langsung akan dapat mengaplikasikan apa yang dipelajari sebagai tempoh sangkutan industri berkenaan kepada rakan pendidik yang lain, dan secara lebih utamanya kepada pelajar-pelajar Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti. Pada hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, saya juga berharap melalui program pagi ini kecemerlangan kolaborasi strategik di antara JPPKK dan Maybank tidak akan terhenti setakat ini sahaja dalam usaha untuk menghasilkan graduan Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti sebagai graduan yang holistik yang menjadi rebutan industri, terutamanya dalam bidang perbankan dan digital. Dengan cabaran pandemik COVID-19 ini, landscape pengoperasian perbankan telah pun mengarah kepada teknologi digital terutamanya yang berkaitan dengan big data, artificial intelligence dan juga cyber security. Saya juga ingin mengambil kesempatan ini untuk mengucapkan terima kasih khusus kepada ahli panel dan juga speaker yang kita tidak asing lagi bagi kita, utamanya Datuk Nora sendiri, Puan Hazlinda dan juga Mr. Neo yang selepas ini akan sama-sama berkongsi pengalaman dan juga memberi informasi terkini berhubung dengan perkembangan pada masa ini. Jadi akhir kata tidak lupa juga kepada tim Maybank yang sebenarnya begitu committed dalam menjayakan program kita pagi ini, dan dalam sentiasa memberi komitmen untuk memastikan bahawa kerjasama yang terjalin antara JPPKK dan juga Maybank ini dapat menghasilkan satu hasilan ataupun impak yang terbaik dan memberi manfaat kepada kedua pihak. Akhir kata, saya berharap semua peserta yang mengikuti program ini akan dapat manfaat secara langsung daripada sesi pengisian sepanjang program ini berlangsung selepas pada ini. Segala input dan maklumat yang dikongsi oleh pihak Maybank dapat dikongsi kembali kepada seluruh warga Politeknik dan Kolej Komuniti yang mungkin tidak dapat mengikuti program kita pada kali ini. Jadi dengan kata itu saya sudahi dengan wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Sekian, terima kasih.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the wonderful speech, Technology from Cik Haji Muhammad Amin. Indeed, all of the information shared today, inshallah, Cik Amin will be benefit others in this call. And also, we hope too we can and we will able to continue provide excellent education on banking industries and entrepreneurship to the students in later future for them to be readily available in the market. Thank you once again, Technologies and Cik Haji Muhammad Amin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on to the next agenda, just a gentle reminder that all of you are welcome to type out your question on the Q&A chat box throughout the session. Yeah, you can get the session burning with questions relating to the topics, and we'll be happy to address that for you. Now, attendees, we would like to bring you to a topic which is very insightful and informational. If not most, few of us might have heard it before. We would like all of you here in this call to dive in together with us in this topic, Women, Leadership and Empowerment, by our Datuk Nora Abdul Manaf, Maybank's Group Chief Human Capital Officer and a member of the Maybank Group ASCO. Now, Datuk, if you can allow me to describe a little bit of your achievement, Datuk. Datuk has many achievements under her belt through her career journey and was recognized as a global top 50 human resource professional. With the group, Datuk sits in board membership of the Etika General Insurance Berhad, Etika Life Insurance and MBB Labs in Bangalore. Datuk Nora is also very active in the quest to make a difference to empower women. She is the executive sponsor for Maybank Women Mentor Women Council, established in year 2013, as well as a mentor for ICAEW Talent Corp Women in Leadership Program. Datuk was awarded Top 50 Impact Lifetime Achievement Award for Women Excellence by KSI Strategic Institute for Asia Pacific and the Beacon of Light Award at the National Women in Leadership Summit organized by the Asian Strategy and Leadership Institute, ASLI, in partnership with Women, Family and Community Development. Datuk Nora has also spoke at the Women in Leadership Seminar at Oxford University in 2016. Now, ladies and gentlemen, kalau I continue to list all of achievement, kita mungkin akan berada dalam call ni sampai petang, ya. So, there's still a long list to go on achievements. So, let's just stop there for a moment. So, without further ado, Datuk, we would like to welcome to the virtual stage Datuk Nora Abdul Manaf, Maybank's Group Chief Human Capital Officer. The stage is all yours, Datuk.
Thank you, Naufal. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning. Timbalan, Ketua Pengarah Governan JPPKK yang berusaha, Teknologis Haji Muhammad Amin. Terima kasih atas ucapan tadi. Of course, Pemalin, YouTube and pengarah-pengarah fakulti and 837 orang yang mendengar, and of course our Puan Hazlinda and our Mr. Neo and the rest of the team. Thank you for joining us this morning. Alhamdulillah. Maybe I want to emphasize a few things dulu lah. The subject for my session does say Bual Bicara. So kita akan bual bicara. Saya tak nak bagi speech sini, ya. Tuan Haji Muhammad Amin, okay, ya? Okay. And so I'll be sharing a few things around the subject, not one by one, but around the subject of leadership. Leadership, empowerment, and we will talk a little bit about the women aspects, But of course, demand supply. That means kalau macam Naufal katalah, right? If you text the questions, Naufal can prompt me, then I'll be guided by you. If you demand, I will supply. Okay? So those are my terms of engagement, if you like, untuk session ni. Tapi sebelum tu ada a few things lah saya nak bicara sekejap lah, nak highlight ya. Tadi masa Naufal tanya tentang sarapan tu, ya, saya nak call out a few people who took the initiative to I know there's many, but I just took a few lah, ya, as examples. And I'd like to also acknowledge people for taking initiative by giving you Starbucks vouchers. Okay, hopefully you drink coffee lah, yeah. So please, for those that I call out, you will receive a Starbucks voucher. Please contact Puan Malin, right? Hafiz. Please make sure, ya. Sebab ni integrity ni. Kalau saya kata dapat, nanti tak dapat, masalah integrity. Okay. So Marlene will make sure, ya.
Ya, boleh.
So yeah, thank you. I noticed that Irsaedah, you said belum makan sebab baru habis cycling. Okay, alright. So I noticed that as a differentiator. Okay, so please you get a Starbucks voucher. Hopefully you get your coffee shortly. I like lempeng, so I will call out Hidayah. Hidayah kata dia makan lempeng. Nur Ain lain sikit breakfast dia, jagung rebus. Okay, so that was different. Nur Atika said you had cake secret recipe sebab hari ni birthday ya. Wah, happy birthday. Priscilla makan nasi ayam. Priscilla. Okay, so Priscilla should get it too. Daniel ni pensyarah ke student ke? Daniel kata makan hati. Kenapa Daniel? Okay. And okay, so those are the food. But I noticed Mohamad Nur Syahiran kata saya belum buka account Maybank. Kenapa tu? So please contact one of us kejap lagi ya. Rugi tau. Ada M2U, ada May wallet, right? So rugi nanti. You are going to be amazed by the experience, the banking experience. Now Al-Ikhlas, Dahlia, because Al-Ikhlas is send him as well. I didn't have time to jot down what he said. Dahlia, because all the way from Muka, Politeknik Muka, yeah. Okay, so please make sure she gets a Starbucks voucher as well. And then of course Anur dengan Zakira, Northern, right? Jitra. Okay, so those are a few things that I noticed in terms of the responses pagi tadi. And there is a reason behind why I say this, why I did this. Please remind me to tell you why I did this. Next, I want to again emphasize what Tuan Haji Muhammad Amin had highlighted. Thank you for highlighting our internship, which is at least 50 per annum, yeah, that we accept, because it is part of the ecosystem, yeah. There is the chain of supply, isn't it, right? So it is our responsibility to ensure that we do proactively and actively influence, isn't it, the demand, the supply and the demand. Now, but I also want to highlight yang this is the data in terms of the community Polytechnic graduates within Maybank Group, or Maybank Malaysia. Okay, Maybank Group 42,000. So saya kecilkan dulu Maybank Malaysia, ya. Dalam Maybank Malaysia we have about 22,000 people, yeah, close to 23,000. 30%, that is quite significant, Tuan Haji. 30% are graduates from Polytechnic, yeah. So that is a significant composition, as I said. But even better, there are 12 of them who are, or rather 24 lah, yeah, 24, I've mixed the two, top management and senior management. So senior management and above. Yeah, Nora Wahida, betul. Proud to hear that 30%. Wahida gets a Starbucks voucher as well. 24, Tuan Haji, Tuan technologists, are senior management and above. Okay, of the population though. And 23 are in middle management. Okay, so the rest are specialists and experts and executives and below. So that is significant, isn't it? Right? And just to complete another 2 dimensions of the data, 45% are males and 55% female, so about 50-50, which is representative of Maybank's population, yeah, in terms of gender. And ini untuk your league table, Komuniti Politeknik, just so you know, yeah. The majority of that 30% comes from Politeknik Roma, and then comes from second is Politeknik Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Aziz Shah, and then Politeknik Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, and then Politeknik Port Dickson, Politeknik Seberang Perai, and so forth. Okay, so that I thought is very important for us to find another connection okay, within this community. So Alhamdulillah, it is good indicator that you are producing very important, influential individuals in the community in Malaysia and in the region, isn't it? So from there, I will move slowly into the aspects that I will talk further. Okay, and I will start with highlighting what leadership is all about, just so we are all on the same page. Okay, and very quickly then use some examples in my life. Ni cerita benar kita guna. Okay, not cerita dongeng or not theory, yeah. So I will use my life examples, some of my life examples, okay, and share it with you, but make connections. So kita buat case study, right? And then we do debrief. Is that alright? Okay. I don't see responses. Okay, Annie Arianti, Alhamdulillah, great. So you get a Starbucks voucher too. Okay, yes, story time. Who said that just now? Please check for me. I like that. I like that. You get a Starbucks voucher too. Okay, now there are many definitions of what leadership is, isn't it? And what empowerment is. Okay, but I like simplicity. Saya suka yang simple. Okay, because the simple things are the most powerful. This one, Maybankers talk about it from our transformation of 2009 lagi. Okay, because everything was so complex, macam-macam, right? Complex, right? Policies, SOPs, so we said simplify. Okay, when you simplify, it becomes more powerful and more impactful. So I go for simplicity, okay, rather than complexity. Sebenarnya lagi susah nak buat things complex daripada nak buat something yang complex simple. Okay. Alright, leadership, let's just use Kota. Okay, the differentiation between management dengan leadership ni, right? So Kota says management is about controlling complexity. Controlling complexity. That is already very hard, isn't it? Tapi itu management tu. That's only management. What is leadership, right? So management is minimum requirement. So you and I, right, managing complexities, and the world is so complex now, Masya Allah, isn't it? Right? Digitalization hit us before COVID. Wah, itu pun people are already saying everything is transformation. How to deal with man, machine, algorithm. Right? That's digitalization. So with machine and algo, humans not needed ke? Isn't it? So what are we supposed to do, right? Itu pun dah panic dah, right? VUCA, we heard about VUCA. And then COVID-19 hit us, isn't it? Right? Now with COVID, however, digitalization accelerated. Alhamdulillah. In spite of course kita tak perkecilkan, right? Kita tak boleh perkecilkan. Lives lost. Ibu bapa, right? Families lost both parents. Parents losing children, right? Millions lost their jobs. Millions of businesses collapsed, right? And it's still happening today. So yes, that is reality. Bila kita sembang ni, bual bicara ni, that must be the context. So selalu Alhamdulillah, right? We have this opportunity to speak. We have a job still, right? We woke up this morning from a nice sleep. We have a nice bed. We have a good house to live in, right? Our family is safe, Alhamdulillah. Anything else? Yeah, in the Chinese would say sap swing, right? Kacang putih, right? Apa-apa masalah kecil-kecil itu kecil je, right? Right? So in comparison, so leadership, kata, is about producing useful change. Senang je kan? To leadership lah. Okay? And that's what I hold true. Leadership, every day produce useful change. Produce useful change. Produce useful change. Purposeful change. So inshallah, God willing, if you ask me, okay? I wake up every morning, that's the first thought. What useful change? Change means improvement lah, yeah? What useful change can I do today? Whose life can I make better today? Okay? So, and you are all leaders. Every one of you, 800, dah naik tak? 67. Each and every one of you. Yes, Buka, someone defined it just now. Someone's actively, yeah? When I mention, please make sure Starbucks voucher. Okay. Alright? So, it is about as long as you can influence someone's life, walaupun seorang, right? You are a leader. You are in a capacity of a leader. Okay? And so, berat sangat. Okay? It is very, very a huge responsibility. Muhammad Asri, terima kasih. Starbucks voucher. Okay. So, yeah. Leadership is about making an impact. And so we have to be relevant. Right? So I want to use an example and link it, yeah? Like I said, I will link it. This happened, and some of you may have heard this story. Hopefully, you won't get bored with the story lah. Okay? This happened when kat Malaysia ni, Grab belum lagi. Uber, masih Uber. Okay, so a few years ago, right? Now, thank you, Nora Atika. Starbucks voucher. You know, there is this shop that I always go to for many years, dah bertahun-tahun dah, right? 7-8 tahun dah. Okay? Masa tu. So sekarang ni dah probably about 12-13 tahun. Okay? Tiap minggu memang saya pergi, so at least once a week. And then there is a shop assistant there. Not the shop owner, but the shop assistant. Kedai kecil je dekat rumah saya. Alright? She is a she. Okay, I won't use her real name. Let's say I use Liza lah. Okay, Liza. Every time I go, she will take the opportunity to. She's very nice, very nice. So she talks about her family, and so I know a lot about her family and her challenges in life. Okay, so orang yang petah ni lah, yeah, they're very friendly. Okay, so I know that Liza ni, right, is a very busy lady. Okay, why? Because she is busy making money, right? Kat kedai tu she's very busy. Okay, but tak cukup lagi tu, right? She still has to go in out. I said, baiklah, owner this shop tu okay kan? She goes in out because she has 5 children. Okay? Hantar mengaji lah, hantar ni lah, hantar sekolah lah kan? Okay? So, and then she says, okay, my husband ni is a lorry driver, she said. Okay? Ada permanent job. Alright? But, ini very bad ni. This company that he works in, the pay system is very bad. Okay, where the base pay is very low, and then you have to earn incentive to increase your monthly pay aggressively from driving the lorry trips. So what he has to do is he has to park himself in the manager's office, because the manager yang assign driver ramai ni, bukan seorang je, right? So you have to be there and literally beg to be able to go and deliver the trawler and all that lah, right? So he is never at home because he's always there, either waiting to be given an assignment or driving, isn't it? So she is a breadwinner, and by the way, the pay is not very high. So even though she's only an assistant in the shop, right? But her take-home pay is higher than his. Okay? So one day, to cut the story short lah, nanti panjang sangat pula macam Nora kata ya, sampai petang lah. One day she was very very upset when I went. Okay, and she said to me, dah tak tahan dah, she said, dah tak tahan dah. Okay, I think we are going to divorce, right? So I said, kenapa Liza? Why Liza? Right? And she says, I'm just so tired. She said, I'm a father, I'm a breadwinner, I'm a mother, right? I'm just too tired to do that. Okay? So I don't know what made me say this, but this is what I said. I didn't plan it, right? So I said to her, you know what, Liza? Bukankah ada Uber tu? You said your husband is a driver. Yes, Liza is a strong woman. Thank you. The two person who said it, Putri dengan Islam. Yeah, so I said to Liza, suruh dia check out the Uber driving ni, okay? But Liza's reaction is, Uber bukan untuk orang yang tak ada kerja ke? Right? So the perception was not good, yeah? So I said, try, please go and try, okay? Then after a few weeks, I met her again. I asked her, so macam mana Liza, right? And she said, no, I spoke to my family, he spoke to his family, our families kata, gila ke? Right? Kan ada kerja tetap as a lorry driver, okay? But you heard what I said, right? That's not a job, literally, right? Doesn't pay, doesn't take him away. So again, so I said no, and she said, but by the way, we don't have a car that will qualify, because Uber, like Grab, they are the minimum quality of car, kan? Now I knew that she needed help. They need help. Okay, I don't want the family to be broken. Okay, and for them to separate. But I also know that ini Linda New will help me lah figure out, right, how for us to be even more helpful to the unbankables. I knew they will not qualify for a car loan, right? So it would be irresponsible for me to tell her to try to go and get a car loan and buy a car to qualify and all that. So again, to cut the story short, I had no choice. I gave her an advance. I said, okay, I'll give you minimum lah, right, to get the car. Okay, go and get one. So today the husband is still a Grab driver. He is earning more consistent cash flow, yeah, and he can control how much he wants, he can get by driving as frequent as he can. Right? She got her husband back. Why? Because he doesn't have to be waiting there for and her family, her children got the father back because he chooses to drive between. Dia tolong drive lah ni, dia tolong Liza hantar anak sekolah and all that, right? Okay, and this is before COVID lah, and today as well. But okay, so the children got the father back, and the reason why she couldn't tahan, right, is because, a person, not just a father, right? The more that you cannot provide for your family, the more your self-confidence, isn't it, deteriorate. And people who has low self-confidence are the worst version of themselves. Yeah, that's why we must help people have confidence, bukan break their confidence. Okay, so Alhamdulillah until today. Okay, now why am I telling you this story? Banyak ni messages ni. Firstly, technology. Okay, Neo will emphasize, Hazlinda will emphasize. It was just an app that the founder of Uber used, right? But what did technology do then? Save a marriage, isn't it? Restore dignity and confidence to a man, isn't it? Restored a husband to the lady. Okay, so technology is not about the latest version and so forth. It's what you do with technology. What do you achieve with technology? And we have to use it. Of course we have to use it. Bodoh lah kita kan kalau tak guna technology and digital tools when it is at our disposal. Because then we free up the humans to be more human. Another COVID-19 lesson. We were reminded that we are all connected to each other. Okay? I can just say I take care of myself, right, from COVID. But if I don't take care of others as well, I will be infected. Right? So we are connected, humans, we are connected. So the other story about that is a job. What does a job mean? So means to an end. Macam education. Your primary, yeah? By the way, your role, right? I was reading, Haji, I was reading your 4 thrusts of the Polytechnic Transformation Roadmap, right? Of course, there's first, second, but the third that I want to highlight. Empowering Polytechnic students with high knowledge and skills. And then fourth, build a highly reputable image of an excellent work culture. And the mission of Public Services Department, right? To be the leading edge TVET institution, develop holistic, entrepreneurial and balanced graduates, capitalizing on smart partnership with stakeholders. Ini very, very powerful and penting. Please, okay, in your leadership roles. Okay? Because in this story, right? Please connect, right? A job is redefined. Education is a means to an end. Education is not the end, right? Again, look up the definitions of education. But yeah, it is supposed to add value in people's lives and give them independence and well-being. So it does not necessarily mean a job. It could be jobs. You know what I'm talking about today, right? Resourcing is different. There is gig workforce. We have to, because digitalization is forcing us to find these better ways. So please open up the minds of people that you influence. Okay? Because if their minds are not open, yeah, and they are not current in their understanding, then that's why mental health is a big issue today, isn't it? It started when digitalization became more rampant. Globally, mental health started deteriorating because people struggle to understand what is happening, okay? And I can't get a job, right? But actually there are ways to get financial sources instead of just a job. And macam Liza punya husband, ada job, tapi, right, not enough take home pay, right? Neglecting family, neglecting responsibility. So, redefinition of what we are dealing with. Okay? And I think that is also about leadership in that always focus on the why. Whatever you and I have now today, right? Our policy, our plan, those are all man-made. All man-made. We can change it. And we have to change it. That's agile. Kita ajar agile lagi kan? Thank you Aisyah, you agree. Right? Kita ajar agile, tapi now it's time, no longer. 2-3 years ago, we put in systems that help us become agile, right? Make platforms agile. Today, we have to live agility. It is behaving in an agile manner. Yeah? So, really look at what is holding us back. And for that, I'll tell you another personal example. Right? Saya ni, I don't know whether Nafa told you, right? I'm a chartered accountant by training. Yeah. But as you know, I'm not practicing anymore. Okay. So since I qualified, right, I've had 14 jobs. 14 jobs. Okay. Now, out of the 14 jobs, I was in 5 industries. Ni bukan banking saja. Banking is my 5th industry. Okay. So I've been in semiconductor because I was with Intel, right? Telecommunications, I was with Maxis, I was with the joint venture with US West, US Baby Bell Company, telecommunications, right? And then I was in consulting, and then from consulting and education, I was invited to come into HR by one of my clients. Okay, so 5 industries and 5 countries as well. Okay, I've been here, of course, in Malaysia. I've worked in Hong Kong. I've been based in Standard Chartered headquarters in London. I was an assignment in Indonesia and so forth. So that's my background, right? In terms of, again, I'm retelling you this because I want to link with my next point. Okay, now out of the 14 jobs, I only applied twice, which means the rest of the 12 jobs, including Maybank pun saya tak apply. Tan Sri Wahid masa tu, Presiden, right? Dia dapat tahu yang saya nak balik dari Indonesia from my assignment in Indonesia, right? So he called me out of the blue. Okay? And he said, he introduced himself, saya Datuk Sri Wahid, masa tu Datuk Sri lah, right? He said, saya Datuk Sri Wahid, CEO Maybank. Can you come and talk to me? Okay? So, the 12 jobs, I was invited. I didn't apply. Okay? And Alhamdulillah, thank you, Aisha. But I'm not boasting here, I'm telling a story. Okay, thank you, Adrina as well. And the 12 jobs, ini could be shocking sikit dekat academia lah, kan? The 12 jobs I did not have qualifications for, nor did I have experience for. Okay? But see, this is where the holistic education and development of individuals need. But I am a very, very, very hungry person. Or let me use kiasu lah. Very kiasu, very competitive. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, because of my hard childhood, I wasn't born with golden spoon in my mouth. I had a very hard childhood. Okay. It has made me strong, resilient, right? And very kiasu. Okay, very competitive. So I think one of the qualities, okay, that people notice, tu yang they invite tu, right, is because I am very passionate about what I do. And when people open doors for me, even though I don't have the qualifications and no experience, right, I want to win. I don't want to fail the person. So I study like mad. Yeah, hungry mean great, absolutely. Voucher please, right? So every time my managers love me lah, right? Because they ask for A, I give A, B, C, D. Alright, tak payah tanya. Alright. So yeah, that's what we need to, right? Build in people resilience, solutioning. Leadership is about producing useful change. So even as an individual, your leadership of yourself, isn't it? How do we build that? Because that one is membekalkan seseorang tu untuk flourish in life. Education bukan saya kata tak penting, right? But qualification is just one, it's a passport. It's just a passport, isn't it? Ini kita ada passport pun tak boleh travel kan? Right? So in life also, kalau dah dapat passport, itu yang mental health lagi sekali tu, right? Kata kalau saya pass exam ni, saya jadi berjaya tapi tak berjaya pun, right? Masya Allah. Okay, so please, that's the shaping, right? There you go. Okay, so the other message about my 14 jobs, 12 jobs ni tak ada qualification ni is that lah, right? Dah lama kita buat Requirement for the job, CGPA minimum 3.0. Tapi 2.9 tu bodoh ke? Tak kan? There you go, right? And there is no research that proves a direct link between 2.3 ke 3.5 ke with being a useful member of society and successful in producing the profits in a business entity. Okay, Puan Hamisah, thank you. Puan Hamisah is my schoolmate. Ya, kami sekolah sains dulu sekali. Okay, okay, so yeah, and organizations, yeah, say okay, minimum nak jadi credit card manager, minimum 10 years in credit card. Kepala otak kan? Excuse my French. Isn't it? Right? If 10 years, which equals 1 year, right, doing the same thing over and over, it's not going to help. And then it's unfair. UN SDG, sustainability, fairness, equal opportunity. Yang 3 years but brilliant, isn't it? Don't qualify. Right? So all this I experienced in my life. That's what I was sharing. That's what I want to share. Okay? So be the person. I have angels, Alhamdulillah. I have angels in my life who opened those doors, took a chance on me. Qualification tak ada ni. Isn't it? Join HR as a senior manager. Tak pernah masuk buat HR. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Right? I was given the opportunity. But of course it takes two to tango. That's why you have to equip, right? People like me, yourself, your students, right? They must be hungry, right? Because when you are given the opportunity, you have to grab it. Bukan tanya, betul ke? Saya tak qualify pun. You know, macam-macam analysis dia. That's the wrong use of analysis. Okay? You grab it and do your best. Even if you don't like it. That's another message. Because if you ace it, that's your passport to go further. Kan Tuan Haji Muhammad Amin is nodding his head. He and I are totally aligned. You know? Right? Because if you don't like something or you don't like the manager and then you refuse to do the work and so forth, it's not going to hurt anybody else but you. So I always say in my life, the best revenge for anything that you're asked to do that you don't like or the person that you don't like is to ace it. Okay? If you ace it, then that's the best revenge. Alright? Okay. So, I wanted to share that, right, and make it more bual bicara lah, right? I could have given you the tech talk or the talk that I would do, let's say in the Davos, right? But that's not, you know, having a conversation. I've just been reminded I have only 5 minutes left. Let's take a question or two. Right? I didn't get to cover a lot, but you would have gotten a lot. I think you can link it to the leadership, to the empowerment, and to women, right? And I was going to very quickly. When I was a teacher too, right? Itu pun somebody called dari kementerian, right? And say nak kerja. Okay, because I followed my husband after I got married. My husband is a medical doctor. He was sent to Sarawak, right? And I gave up my job to follow him. Okay? And I didn't have a job. And then tiba-tiba kat Sarawak kata, kena ada work permit pula nak kerja. Right? Tapi kalau nak jadi cikgu boleh. So I was a teacher for a while. Okay? And as a teacher, I found that there are many rules yang tak berapa masuk akal lah. Okay? So hopefully dah tukar ya. Masa tu saya anak kecil lagi. So I was nursing. Tapi kat Sarawak ni tempat saya mengajar ke tempat jin bertendang ni. Alright? Nak sampai sekolah tu tak ada tar road dah. Okay? Yeah. So, but my husband was a big shot lah, VIP. Kalau doktor kat kampung kecil tu is a big shot lah. Okay, so anyway. I wanted to nurse my baby tapi tak boleh keluar sekolah. Even bila tak ada kelas. Kenapa ya? Padahal 2 minit aja. Ni kampung ni. Alright? So, I am always very careful about policies and principle. Policies yang tak masuk akal ni tolonglah, tukar je lah. Alright? We have a lot of things to do, rebuilding better post-COVID ni. Yang kecil-kecil tu, like I said earlier, please tukar je. Tak penting. Okay? Alright, please. Now for any very good question that I should answer in the 2-3 minutes.
Yes, Datuk, indeed we have a burning questions in the house. So let me just go. I think this question is quite interesting. Datuk Nora, one of the learning outcomes is to make sure students can produce an ethical, professionalism opinion on certain situation. By your experience, please share an opinion on how we can evaluate this outcome.
That's great. From whom, Nova?
From Norlini Rosli.
Norlili. Puan Norlili, ya.
Norlini, yep.
Lini, ya, okay. Ini panjang cerita ni. Tapi kalau saya cut short and use a Maybank example, you know that, Sophia is here. Sophia and the team are the pioneers in executing on the thoughts that we had during the early days of MGAC, Maybank Go Ahead Challenge. Okay, we changed the way we recruit because the assessment of using CV and maybe take 1 or 2 online assessment tak menjadi. You're very true, Nolini, Puan Nolini, Cik Nolini. Okay, it has to be live, so you need the change in education. Nobody is fat, please. The change in education now is micro learning, just in time, and use this, please. Use tech tools. Okay, those are the theories. Okay, and in training, as you know, hopefully you know, it's 70-20-10. 70% is experiential. 20% is the coaching, is the human to human. 10% aja classroom patutnya. Ini terbalik kan, mostly kan? So you are absolutely right, Puan Nolini. Okay? You must do like a go ahead challenge every time and make it live. Because whatever you want to lecture and give, download aja dekat phone you orang tu. Okay? And then you can do quiz, right? To check that they've read it. But when they meet you, either hybrid lah, Zoom, physical, kan? It's when you do case studies, you do challenges, that's where you observe them. And then you give them this message. Saya doa lah, I'm praying that our education methodology, the pedagogy, right? You are the experts in that. But it has to reflect this change. Okay? Micro just in time, because when people need to solutionize in a world that is not recognizable today world is not recognizable and in the future, whatever we teach that was in the past cannot be used anymore. It requires different tweaks. Principles, of course, is evergreen. Values, of course, is evergreen, but the how is different. So when you do that, that is when you can observe and then you identify. So we, alhamdulillah, we are very successful in using this methodology when we assess and hire people. So we always say, when I do induction, new joiners, I always say, welcome, you are champions. Because we look for champions. Okay? And you are joining a group of champions. Champions, however, are very humble people. Because champions know to win another time, you work so hard. Of course, bila champion football ke, race ke, you win, you celebrate, yes, right? But champions know celebrate tu kejap je, because tomorrow punya race, macam mana? You have to practice again, work hard, right? So actually, champions work the hardest. Okay, and therefore you can only see them in action when you do such. So the 70-20-10, let me refer you back. Google aja lah kalau those yang students ke yang tak pernah dengar kan. 70-20-10 is the right approach to educate and to train and to develop people. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Datuk. Would you mind to take another 2 or 3 questions, Datuk?
Fair share. And then I've had to coach this very, very senior person, okay, who gave slightly less bonus to dia ada dua direct report ni. Okay, dua-dua very senior. Okay, and bonus time dia bagi the man more than the lady. Okay, Whereas they are the same level, same grade, work-wise, I know their work, almost the same. So I asked him, I said, kenapa ya? What was your basis for giving the, this, let's say Alan more than Lily, right? So initially he said, oh, because Alan works harder and all that. And I said, really, yeah? What do you mean, right? So I pressed, right? Then he said, because when I want to talk to Alan, he's always available. When I want to talk to Lily, she's not around. And I said, really? But isn't their job to go out and see customers and all that? And I said, when was that, right? Then terkeluar, 11 p.m. Kepala otak, excuse my French, right? 11 p.m, even I won't be in the office. Okay? Whoever's in the office, you must be crazy, isn't it? Right? And you must be old school, because old school means, as long as the boss is around, pukul 12 pun, you have to stay, right? Even if you're not working. Okay, that's not good. I don't encourage that. And then when I press further, Masya Allah, terkeluar lagi. Dia kata, because Lily kan ada husband. My God, right? Dia kata, apa nama tadi? Kenapa? Alan. Alan is breadwinner, father. What nonsense is all that? So yes, ini bukan lama ni, ini baru a few years ago. Okay? So yes, please, men and women, right? Make sure that you are managing people the right way, assessing people the right way, supporting people the right way, and do not, right, be condescending. Yeah? Saya punya pantang ni, kalau saya jumpa, alright, so really, alright, Naufal, okay, before I go on and on about this.
Alright, Datuk, this is a good one actually, Datuk. I think, okay, from Muhammad Azmir, what is your opinion about someone with introvert personality to become a good leader?
Okay, thank you, Naufal. Oh, by the way, I didn't finish my story just now. So we actually corrected, yeah? So we corrected the bonus. Both got the same because every performance-wise is the same. Alright, what was the question again?
The question is, what is your opinion about someone with introvert personality to become a good leader?
Thank you, Naufal. Thank you, because I was just worried about time. What do you think I am, everybody? Okay? All psychometric tests, whether it's ambivert, okay, no, Africa, Thomas, Gallup, Myers-Briggs, right? All psychometric tests says I am an introvert. Tapi orang tak percaya, right? Everybody when I ask, they think I'm an extrovert. So, introverts can be leaders. Who says they cannot be leaders, right? I am a good actress, but also because of tanggungjawab, right? Responsibility, amanah. If I'm appointed into a job that requires me to do leadership, go meet people, I will do it lah, because it's my job. And I am kiasu, remember, I have to be good, right? Tapi introverts, they are not naturally like that, right? So me, after I do this, I have to get my energy back. So I have to have my me time, okay, to recharge. But I always look, partnership here. Yeah, Huda, you're introvert too. But I always look, voucher, for people in my team, diversity and inclusivity, complementary, because I need extroverts. Kenapa? Because extroverts, dia bukan macam introvert. Bila go out and socialize, introvert penat kan? But extroverts, the more they socialize and meet people and talk to people, the more energized they get. So put partnership. Okay? But yeah, so do not stereotype people. Saya tak suka stereotyping. Generational ni pun saya tak apa suka, right? Now it's generation C, connected, nothing to do with age. It's about ability to use technology. Okay? And I know a 70-year-old who's very digital, right? And I know a 25-year-old who don't know what the heck is happening around him or her, okay? Because they are natives, right? They were born with the iPad in front of them, right? To them it's normal, right? And they don't understand how to connect that with the requirements of the world. So I do not stereotype people. Please do not stereotype people, okay? And give everybody an opportunity to demonstrate their strengths and encourage them to demonstrate their talents and give them confidence. Okay. All right then. Thank you, everybody. Please stay safe. Please stay well. And I'm happy to support anytime. Haji Mohamad, Amin. Feel free, reach out, because like I said, we are part of the ecosystem and we want to rebuild better. All right, our community, our society, Malaysia, the region, right? Banyak nak buat ni. Let's do it together and work together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Datuk, on the very inspirational and insightful topics. There are some few important key takeaways that we can implement throughout our journey in achieving our goals and missions. Thank you very much, Datuk, for the sharing. And also thank you, Datuk, for staying with us on this Q&A session as well, and your time being here with us.